colors changing like the times. And I'm taking, darling, would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life. Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow.
A move-in day. Also just wanted to give you a little update. So I went to the dentist on Thursday. They gave me an antibiotic. Thursday my tooth still really hurt. Friday my tooth hurt. But today, quite a bit better. So antibiotic helped. We're loading it up and headed to McKinney Campground, yep, in Ackworth, Georgia, just north of Atlanta. So here we go. And so it begins. Orange traffic. Guess where we are?
Not in Florida. Near Atlanta.
Just outside Atlanta.
That's like a given.
Yeah.
But we're good. I got peanut butter cookie.
He's in good shape with a little bit of chocolate.
And we're not even there yet.
No. This traffic may not really be orange.
It says orange, but it's not.
Oh.
8.5 miles. I don't know, it's pretty bumpy.
I gave you a cookie too early. The orange just went away. Look at the
Nice.
Guys, I gave him a cookie too early. The orange went away.
Check us in.
Okay.
Apparently there's a line up there, so busy campground.
That poor guy. Hey.
What?
What
about the poor guy?
Well, he thought his site was double booked, but it wasn't. The guy that's in it right now was supposed to move to a different site today, but he's refusing to move.
Oh, really?
So the guy in the office was headed down there to talk to him, and the guy in the camper went down there to try to turn around, and he's got in a tight spot down there.
Looks like he's gonna unhook his vehicle because he's in a Class A.
Yeah, so he couldn't get turned around. Do I need to move any signs for you? Okay. So he couldn't get turned around without going to that big parking lot, but it still looks tight.
Okay,
We're
so
this way.
you definitely make a wide turn. I'm using the whole road. And I stayed on the road. How about that?
Nice job.
I've done this a time or two.
You should at this point. Now, that's 14. I think we're further down.
Yeah. Good thing we just looked at the map.
Yeah.
There's 17.
18, 19.
I'll say, please don't let anybody be in ours.
No, wait.
Oh, yeah, we're right this one right here.
Yes.
Oh, that is tight. You want to get up and film?
Yeah.
Actually, there's someone behind us, so.
You want me to get out? Folks, I'm holding my breath. Tight squeeze in here.
Hey,
but it's a
get back,
beautiful...
I can't see out of the mirror.
Oh. But it's a beautiful spot. Do you want me to get out?
No, you're good. We're on now.
I need to get out and check slides before you do too
Okay,
much.
now you can get out. We're clear the road.
Ooh, you're barely on over here.
Yeah, barely.
We were supposed to be in site 102 down the hill, but I got worried about internet, so we decided being at the top of the hill might be better for internet purposes. Hold up. Well, we may stay right here. Hold on. Go just a hair further. There's a tree right here.
Let's bring it up to right about here. Welcome to McKinney Campground. This was a U.S. Army Corps of Engineering campground, and I'm not sure if they still operate or not, or if it's the Bartow Parks and Recs. I think it's the Bartow Parks and Recs. If you go on their website, if you go on like RV Life or something like that, they'll take you to the Bartow Parks and Recs to get a campsite here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the campground. The entrance, fairly easy to come into. Got about 3 long parking spots to park your RV while you go check in. Now this campground, it has 150 sites. So you think, well, 150 sites is going to be pretty crowded. Well, it's not. My wife and I walked around the whole campground the other day, and it's over 4 miles, the loops. It's kind of a crazy setup. They got campsites going every which way. Well, it's crazy because it's kind of hilly up here. So you have to watch which campsites you book, and I'll show you why in a minute. But the seems like the top point, the highest point in the campground, I should say, is at the check-in station. If there weren't the trees, you'd see a good view all the way around, and that'll come in a factor here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the campsites, shall we? Okay, so let me go ahead and start out here with the map. I just showed you the entrance right down here. If you come up here, this loop right here, and this loop right here, most of the big rigs are right up in here. And this loop here, what I can say is good about here, up to about maybe 28, is we have good cell signal right through, or at least T-Mobile. We have home internet T-Mobile. It's blazing fast. Most of the time it's in the 200s. Up here, we're up on top of the hill, and I imagine it's probably pretty close to the same. Once you start getting down in through here, this is all hilly area up in here, and down in through here, I'm not sure what kind of a cell signal you're going to get. So if you have to have good cell signal, you can do this loop up here, or all the way up to about 29, and then after that it jumps up to 58 to like 75 or 79, something like that. So all right, now I got that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the campsites. I'm not going to do them all because there's 150 of them, but let's give you a good idea of what to expect when you get here. Now when we first got here, they don't give you a campground map, so make sure you bring your own campground map, print it out, have it on your phone, whatever. Here's campsite 1, tent in there, and you notice it's, I don't know if you can tell or not, but my camera down on the ground, but it has a pretty good little incline going up to it. It's a smaller site. Tent site, well, I wouldn't say tent site, campsite number 2 says it's a handicap. It's pretty level, looks like you can put a 40-footer in there with your tow vehicle. Campsite 3, this is like a typical campsite on some of these. put it down here, you can see it goes up quite a bit versus if I stretch my arm out. That's probably a 5-foot incline between here and up there, so that's a pretty tough one. They're not all like that, but some of them are. Here's campsite number 4. It's a pull through. We start down, I'm going down a little slope. There's probably a 2 to 3 foot slope from here, from the beginning to where it starts leveling off, which is the edge here. And then you have, let's see, about 25 feet where it's fairly level. You see it goes up and then does a dramatic downhill, and that's probably about a 5-foot drop as well. So that's campsite, what did I say, 4. Campsite 5, pretty good little incline, about 5 or 6 feet before it levels off to your campsite. So I'll show you somewhere down there, but if you if it has that steep of an incline, if you have a travel trailer, you could get yourself in a little bit of trouble in a few spots here and there. I'll explain here in a little bit. Site 6, fairly level, actually one of the more level ones. That was site 4 that's coming out through here. Site 7, again fairly level. Site 8, fairly level, a little bit of a hill going to your before it levels off, and that's probably about 4 feet. But not too bad. And you got a marina and a little bit of lake view behind you. Now here's campsite 10. From where the I guess the road is, your campsite path, this is probably about a 6-foot drop to where it starts leveling off on your camper pad, which is right about here. So then you got maybe 20-25 foot, and straight ahead is campsite 12. That's a pull through. That one looks like more one of the more level ones. It does have about a 3-foot incline up to it. And then you have about a 25-foot level spot right here. This is an easy in and out one right here. Sarah and I are on site 19. So basically if you just follow the signs, come down this way. And the roads back here aren't really that wide, so be careful if you get over too far. It's not a bad drop off here, but sometimes there's like a 4 or 5 inch, 6 inch drop off, and you could rub on your axles, I guess. Campsite 15, about a 4-foot dip before it levels off to your camping pad. Okay, that was campsite number 16. If you want an easy in and out pull through, the site 16 would be one to pick. Fairly level coming off the road. You do have some other campers in your view from your campsite. 50, 30 amp and water. Now after like your camping pad, then it'll start going downhill about 4 feet. But it's a gradual hill, so campsite 16 would be a good one to go. And we also have good T-Mobile signal over here. Verizon, at some point I was getting like 2 or 5, and at some other times I was getting 50 and 60. So I don't know, it just kind of depends on your Verizon if you're going to have fast speeds or not. Sarah and I are in site 19. 18 is kind of a short, that's probably about a 6-foot incline right there just to get to the pad. If you can see that. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to site 19. That's where we're at. Fairly easy pull through. Have nice long parking pad. Big campsite area. And we were able to unhook our truck before our 4 to 5 foot decline right there, so shouldn't be too hard hooking back up and getting out of here. This is beginning of April. Temperatures, high temperatures been mid 75s or so to mid 80s. Fairly comfortable, but later on it is supposed to have possible thunderstorms and rain every day for the next 4 days. Okay, here's site 27. Now, remember when I said some travel trailers might have trouble getting in some of these campsites that go down deep and then level off, or vice versa? Well, it's because when they start leveling off, not only is it hard on your hitch and your trailer, but the back part of your camper that hangs aft of your tires on your camper have little could start scraping. And if you could see right here, looks like quite a few campers have scraped all along through here, and this one looks like a fresh one right here. We've got a great view. Got a great view of the marina, the water, nice houseboat over there. They do have a train, if you guys can hear that, a couple times a day. So if you're a travel trailer, that's what you got to watch out for, is campsites like that. And I'm not going to be able to go through all of them because there's just too many. This would be a 2-hour video if I went through all of them. Which ones are like that? If you're close by, it's a great park to come visit, swim. Just come check out the campground yourself and see which one worked for you. I mean, look at this campsite right here, 26. I'm standing at the road, and the campsite, I can't even see it. It's over my head. So that's about a 7-foot incline. And you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, have scraped their tail end on here, trying to get in here, and who knows what they have bent. They have 2 swimming areas, nice sandy beach areas. Now this one's over by campsite 30. The other one on the other side of the campground, they have a playground, and I think it's maybe twice as big as this, the beach area. So let me show you where we're at. We are right over here somewhere, and the other swim area is, I'm not sure exactly, somewhere over here somewhere, but anyways, that's where we're at. Great swim area. Friends coming here toward the end of the week, Rich and Angela Berry. Hey guys, how's it going? Looking forward to seeing you. And actually, by the time you see this, we've already seen you. So anyways, I hope we had a good time. Hope you had a good time. So as you pass the beach area, there are a few other big rigs here, and there's some handicaps over here with some pull-throughs. Like right here, site 31. Nice level site, should be easy in and out. Great lake view, 30 and 50 amp. Water. Not sure how cell signal is down here, because behind them is a decent sized hill, lots of trees, so I'm not sure how signal would be for them over here, but anyways. Here's campsite 40. Great lake views. Fairly secluded. You want a campsite that's easy to get into and you have the highest probability of getting good cell signal, because campsite 58 through 77 looks like the easiest to get into your campsite, and it's up on a hill. Behind me is the dump station. So let's go ahead and take a look at campsite 58 through 77. Not going to walk the whole thing, but let's just go ahead and get a few pictures and a few shots of it. And you can see it's has a little hill going up here, but most of the campsites going into are fairly level. Okay, you got site 69 behind me. Let's go ahead and test the Verizon right here. that's pretty good. 95 and whatever the other number was, like around 10. So pretty good cell signal up here in this loop. Site 70 right here. Nice big site. Handicap site as well. It's like you got room for your truck and trailer over here. Nice flat. Now up this upper loop, you're not going to see the lake, but the benefits you do have are easy in, easy out, a lot more level, good cell signal, and there's a bathhouse right over there. There's site 72 to my left right here. Nice big huge site. Here's the pull through. Site number 73. Little incline going up to it, but then it levels off nicely. And restrooms nearby. Let's go ahead and end the review with campsite number 77. It's a large pull through. This is probably the flattest site I've seen. Restrooms are still right there. Nice grill and fire pit. Easy in and out. Sarah and I really like this campground. Today's the 21st, April 21st. So yesterday was Easter. And it was pretty packed. Probably 95% full. Day after, well today, it's probably 25% full. Our loop alone that has maybe 10 campers have like 3 or 4. So, which if you do the math, it's more like 40%. But anyways, most of the loops are empty right now, and they start filling back up on Thursday. Anyways, peaceful, quiet during the weekday. Birds are chirping. We'd come back here again. Hope this helped you guys. If you're coming here, hope to help you to maybe find a good spot or to see if this is a good campground for you. It is. It should work. Just like I said, if you're close by and if you can visit first, come drive around, pick out your site, and go from there. Other than that, use the website. You'll make it. You'll do fine. Okay, we're at McKinney Campground. Remember I was telling you guys that some of the campsites to get into, you got to go down to a steep incline. Well, I just saw someone in a 5th wheel camper that I don't think they can unhook because their legs don't extend far enough down to lift the camper off the bed. Really steep incline. Let's see if we can't get a quick shot of that before they move. They can't extend their legs long enough to get their trailer off the truck. Of course, the truck's jacked up about 3-4 inches anyways, so that's going to make it tough. And you can see the steep incline of the hill here when I'm backing it up. That's what you got to watch out in McKinney Campground. This is campsite number 10, so if you got a bigger rig, don't use that one. And that's probably a 25-foot, 30-foot camper. 30 foot maybe, yeah.